The Roy family in the TV show Succession has substantial family dynamic issues that adversely affect the business as well. And the reason that they have these family dynamic issues that they have never taken the time to identify for themselves what is the glue that keeps that family together. What are the shared values? What are the shared beliefs that family members have? After all, it's not the money that keeps families together. In fact, the money, in many cases, puts family apart. It is the glue, the shared values and shared beliefs, the norms and the culture of the family that keeps families together. You develop the governance early on when there is a lot of harmony in the family. When there is conflict in the family and emotions kick in, rationality tends to take the back seat, and that is the problem, number one. Number two, the lesson is every family, even families that have governance in place, there is likely that at some point in time there will be conflict. But if the family anticipates that and they have a conflict resolution policy, it is very likely that we won't see the kind of conflict that we have seen in the Roy family. We have been doing at the Wharton School research on these kind of issues for a long time, and the data is very, very clear. Whenever you have governance and you have a family constitution anchored in the glue that keeps families together, those families are going to avoid the pitfalls that the Roy family has been realizing over the last few seasons. The Roy family, as several other families outside the TV show, are faced with substantial conflict when it comes to succession because the expectation of different family members are not being realized, are not being fulfilled. And those families that have been proactive and anticipate succession, have been preparing themselves for succession, and have a codified process by which succession occurs, those family businesses tend to last much longer. And I think in the Roy family, they have not given much thought to these issues, unfortunately for them.
Well, it's obviously a little bit exaggerated with regards to the negotiation, and you're only seeing a glimpse of the valuation process. Right, what we're not seeing is a veritable army of consultants, investment bankers, and lawyers working feverishly behind the scenes to ensure that the deal gets done. The companies or the parties to any deal are always going to disagree, right? The buyer wants to pay the least amount for the target. The seller, target, wants to get the most. You know, assuming there's a unifying goal, some overlap in objective between the two companies, there's always scope to get the deal done, assuming cooler heads prevail, which is not what is depicted in the show, obviously. One of the more recent episodes showed the character Roman at his breaking point, where he just said, "I will never sell this company to you." I'm obviously paraphrasing because I'm probably not allowed to say what he actually said on the show. I thought that was an interesting moment in the show because it shows just how important the human element is to these deals, because they're big, they have a profound impact on the players as well as many people not involved directly with the deal. Okay, so let me preface this response with, I have no idea what the numbers are, but just speaking as a fan, listening to the back and forth, probably not at the price they're willing to pay. They seem a little bit desperate. And as soon as emotion starts entering into the discussion, it's usually not a good thing. The key is to be dispassionate as best you can.